Welcome to this next video, which is creating another side, which is going to be courgette spaghetti, which is vegetarian, vegan, or it's even becoming more popular nowadays, so just in mainstream recipes. So spiralized courgette, and I'm going to make a fresh raw basil pesto. But I just wanted to add in a few other things I've noticed, which are kind of kitchen essentials that I didn't have or didn't use that often before I came on this journey. So the first is some cool labeling system, and it's just got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I found this in Costco, or one big wholesale retailer, and it's really handy. So today is Monday, so the carrot and coriander soup I made, I can just plonk it on there. I can write the date on it, either put it in the fridge or I can put it in the freezer for using later. And the other thing I did buy when I went to this big warehouse type place was some handy little pots, freezer pots. So I'll double up the quantity, and then I've got pesto already pre-made in the freezer, so I can use it at another time, another opportunity. Likewise with the carrot and coriander soup. And the one final piece of equipment that I wanted to go over is just some kind of garlic crush or garlic press, because a really good addition to any diet is just getting as much garlic into it as possible without sort of affecting anybody that you spend too much time with. So I'll just crack on with the courgette spaghetti. Place the bowl under there, under the courgette to catch it. So you just pull all the courgette and make sure it's all gone into the bowl. And with the bit that that's left over from any spiralizer, or most spiralizers, you can put it in a juice. You could just chop it up like I do and put it into the courgette spaghetti. And likewise with this, I just cut it. And I guess you'll be worried about your fingers, but my fingers are not cut, they're fine. So that's just left. Now with spiralizers, there's lots of different shapes and sizes and options that you can buy. I'm looking to buy a smaller one than this, and which is a different brand, but they're absolutely fine. Any courgette spaghetti, you can spiralize loads of different things, make loads of different shapes, and they're a really handy piece of kitchen equipment to add in if you haven't already got one. So with the traditional pesto, which again I just got from Judy Barber's book, is just a quarter of a cup of pine nuts. Now I'm using a full, I've used, I doubled the quantity, so I'm just going to take half a cup of soaked pine nuts. You can also use sunflower seeds if you wanted to, a quarter of a cup of water, and the juice of a small lemon. So I've just, again, another really cool piece of kit is a nice lemon squeezer. Chuck that in. A pinch of salt or a splash of tamari. Now in this case I'll just add a bit of salt, because I'm actually going to eat this tonight. Some olive oil. And you can add in some the freshly chopped basil. So it goes all over the table. And it's optional to add in some onion, but I tend to like onion, so I add it in if it needs it. If you like the taste of it, sorry. And in this case, I've used a NutriBullet because A, it's quicker to clean up. B, if I'm using something like this, there's not enough stuff to sort of blend it up and get it to go to get it to actually do the work. Likewise, you know, a big blender is just too big. You can get lots of different types of food processors, but you'll get into your flow and you'll work out what works for you, what doesn't. Wipe it on. I think this is... Now, to me, I've added the water, but I think that's too sloppy. So what I'll do is I'll add the other portion of nuts that I've put in, which will be fine. And at this stage, I'm going to add in the garlic as well. The only downside to using the NutriBullet is that once you've opened it, it all drips if you don't catch it right when you're trying to put the lid back on if you're going to reblend it. Now that's it finished. Now to me, I think there's too much water in there, so I might have over measured the water, but I will still use this as a dressing, so I'm not going to beat myself up about that. And even though this is going on to the Live Academy, I just want to show you what I do in my kitchen, unpack that for you. So just follow the recipe, follow the framework, and again, this is something that you can just learn on the fly. So irrespective of what turned out in that recipe, I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. So we've actually got one for lunch or dinner now or today, and it's always good to leave it to marinate in its in the juices. Leave it to the courgette to marinate in it, and I tend to try and get my lunch or dinner prepared before I start work on the families. So I've got one for now today. One for the freezer, or one for later, or one for tomorrow, and I've got another portion here that I can add in it as well at some time. So I've made, you know, it's about stocking up, it's about saving time, particularly when we've all got big, busy lifestyles to tend to. So there you go, courgette spaghetti with basil pesto.